Hi guys, this is my recap and reaction to the Challenge 38 reunion part 1. The reunion starts with the super big announcement that Amber and Chauncey are having a challenge baby. People are happy, clapping, and the reunion kind of starts off on a good note, but there's a lot to get through and drama is definitely coming. Then they talk about teams that got under each other's skin. I mean, there were a few high conflict ride or dies pairs this season. Nani says her and Johnny have banter and they're like brother and sister. She's said this multiple times this season, but still cute. Horacio says that him walking out on Olivia during the mini final actually helped them communicate in the long run. And Jordan says he doesn't think he crossed the line with the way he treated Anissa. That's debatable there. I mean, the way Jordan was making Anissa cry about her ankle was uncomfortable to watch. Love Jordan, but making a girl cry, not a good look, honestly. Then the Raven, Nerys, and Johnny love triangle is discussed, and obviously, these are three kind of rookies that are trying to make a name for themselves, so they're probably gonna make a big scene. But anyways, Raven says that basically she thought there was something between her and Johnny. Before the show, stuff happened on a bed, I don't know, and he's like a typical guy saying nothing happened, making her look kind of dumb, honestly, which I don't like that. I am totally team Raven. Even on the show at the very beginning, I felt like they did seem couple-ish. Like, I got that vibe. Nerys confessed that when she got back home from the Challenge 38, she went directly to Johnny, and that they've hooked up multiple times. Nerys is out there living, the single life, but she's not really acting like a girl's girl at all. She says that Raven must be mad because she can't get it like she does, which is kind of a gross comment, like, girl. And obviously her getting with Jordan in front of his, ex-fiance Tori, kind of, not a girl's girl move for sure. Then they play the game where if they don't want to answer a fan question, they can pull a safe dagger. So they full on brought the challenge to the reunion. We found out that Bananas and Mariah are still talking to each other after all this time, and no one saw that coming. And then Veronica and Bananas have like a back and forth about how she thinks he's bad in relationships or something. I don't even realize what she's implying, but she's also referencing, when they went on a trip with him and his ex before. And obviously there's some tea there that she doesn't fully spill. And this is literally the only thing Veronica says in part 1. Nothing else. Then there's a painful conversation between Michelle and Laurel. Michelle says that Laurel switched her energy on her for some reason. I don't know why Michelle thinks that she has all these deep connections in the house, unless I'm missing something, maybe. Laurel says Michelle made that up in her head and that she thinks Michelle's scared of her. I mean, yeah, probably. Who isn't scared of Laurel? Like, I'd be petrified of Laurel if I was a girl in the house. And Bananas makes this face. Next, we're talking about when Jordan went back on his word and voted in Fessy, which super upset Tori and triggered their whole relationship. Jordan was upset because she said his decision would affect their relationship outside the game. And he's like, this is like Monopoly, like, you can't, anyways. And she's mad because he didn't keep his word. So they argue literally like a married couple, and we kind of get insight into why maybe they didn't work out. They don't seem to like empathize with each other's point. Like they're not communicating properly and don't understand each other. But yeah, it's kind of like awkward because it's almost like, anyways, they're arguing like a couple. They talk a bit about the final then, and Bananas takes responsibility for messing it up on a simple mistake at the end with the puzzle or something. Horacio cries. I mean, love Horacio. Olivia broke like 5 things in her face, apparently. Poor girl. We learned that it was a lot more serious than we thought. Like, it wasn't just like a bump on her nose or whatever. Now, comes the juicy fan questions. They asked Tori and Devin if they actually didn't win challenges on purpose at the beginning of the game. They decide to pull the safe dagger and they get the safe dagger, and the host kind of tries to get them to say stuff, but Devin's like, hey, I pulled the safe dagger. But that's almost an answer in itself, isn't it? Then there's a very emotional segment about Nani losing her mom unexpectedly. The host is crying. Everyone's crying. Nani says that her mom always taught her to get back up after difficult times, which is a great life lesson, honestly. And that whole story, I mean, so sweet, for sure. And Johnny's so nice to Nani throughout this whole thing, like, just being a friend, supporting her through this challenge. So that was really good. More to come later in part 2, more drama. And I noticed that after the reunion, Devin went on Instagram and posted a story calling Fessy like a loser and kind of, throwing some shade. So, hope you enjoyed my reaction to the Challenge 38 reunion part 1. Stay tuned because more challenge content is on the way. Bye guys!